Dr. Trevor Kashey here, and I'm here to remind you that treating yourself isn't always treating you well. It always feels good to treat yourself, especially with snacks. Snacks are some of the best treats out there. I want to address the opposite side of the same coin when it comes to emotional eating. I've hinted at it in other places, and that's really because you can eat for emotional reasons that are positive. You're high. They don't always have to be negative. What are those really being reward? It's pretty common to eat because you feel good. It's kind of what celebrations are, right? But you can reward yourself with food the same way, and that is still under the umbrella of what I consider emotional eating. And the interesting part about rewarding yourself with food is that there's a sense of entitlement, and that you may feel like you deserve it, which whether you deserve it or not is not really part of the discussion. What is part of the discussion, though, is whether or not eating that food under those circumstances gets you closer to your goals. Sometimes, after a hard day's work, you want to pull through a drive-thru and get some snacks. And that's not because the hard day at work was necessarily crappy, not that it justifies it anymore. It could be because it was a great day, right? Maybe you got a promotion. Maybe your meeting went well. Who knows? You could have been really consumed and it was rough because there was so much stuff going on. And you want to end the day with a bang. A nice meal that wouldn't have normally eaten on your plan, right? So on one side of the coin, it's you feel compelled to eat because maybe you're not sure how to cope with whatever emotional tension you're dealing with. And on the other side of the same coin, it's really that maybe treating yourself is a great way to come down from a high. And that's because you feel a certain way, that you deserve a little bit extra as a reward. And again, we're back to the entitlement portion. Whether or not you deserve it isn't really up for discussion because you also deserve to make progress. You also deserve to make progress. You are always entitled to feel better, no matter what. And you are always entitled to self-care. And you are entitled to use methods that will still keep you progressing in other areas of your life you find important. Especially because food does seem like a treat, is a treat in the short term. But in reality, it's not much of a treat when you think of things in the long term. Treating yourself doesn't necessarily treat you well. If you feel compelled and impulsively consume foods because of feeling entitled, effectively, and wanting reward and seeking some comfort, you'll end up getting a trophy that you don't want. Treating yourself is always an option, and there are plenty of low-calorie methods to treat yourself. So instead of coming up with maybe a list of distractions, I think it might be a good idea to come up with a list of things you can do to reward yourself for something. Maybe it's a massage or a movie. I'm sure you'd be able to cook a few things right up. That is one pun in my life that was not intended. Or hell, you could take a nap. That's a pretty sweet reward. The more you're able to flex the activities that comfort you that don't have calories, the easier it will become. Instead of pushing yourself away, you can pull yourself to the direction, right? Pull yourself towards something you want instead of pushing yourself away from something you don't. The physicality of those results, clothing, fat loss, look, feel, athleticism, general health, well-being, you end up creating a positive cycle instead of a vicious one. Yes, you deserve to feel better. Yes, you deserve to celebrate accomplishment. But if you reward yourself and celebrate with food too frequently, or really at all, much of the time, you may have trouble reaching some of your other goals that you've set for yourself. And that may lead to another vicious cycle. So if you want to think in terms of entitlement or what you deserve, then maybe you want to split between the two things. Which do you deserve more? Do you feel like you deserve to feel a little bit better and reward yourself right now? Or do you deserve to reap all the rewards associated with positive habits in your nutrition and training? Which one do you deserve more? Which one are you more entitled to? After you decide, make sure to check that list you made of all the activities you came up with. Make sure to come up with stuff that is rewarding for you. Use it. Have fun. Experiment. So I want to do a summary here. You don't always have to reward yourself with calories. There are hundreds or millions of gajillions of other ways to reward yourself, which don't necessarily slow progress towards your goals. In fact, there are some things you can do that get you there faster. You are doing it. Do the thing.
If you're picking up what I'm putting down and want to learn more about cognitive nutrition so you can finally live the life you deserve, then learn about my Kickstart program by clicking the link in the description box below.